Welcome to this word of hope for Monday of the 33rd week in Ordinary Time. Today is November 15th, 2021, and for us Dominicans of the Central Province, November 15th is very special, as it is the feast of our brother St. Albert the Great, and we are the province of St. Albert the Great. So I welcome you once again to St. Dominic's here in Denver, where we have St. Albert, who's always looking down over us in our church. Albert is known for many things, being the teacher of Thomas Aquinas, being a great brain, being a wonderful scientist. But if you notice, he's wearing a mitre. Albert was a bishop, but he was only a bishop for 2 years. And for him to be named a bishop was pretty traumatic for him. It was a great suffering and a heavy mantle to carry. And he laid it down after 2 years. Today we hear in our first reading, where we're starting these readings from Maccabees, that Israel, the people of Israel, are going through a trauma all over again. They're asked to do abominable things. And in the gospel, we hear Jesus encountering that beggar on the side of the road. That beggar who daily had to experience the trauma of being rejected, being ignored, and setting aside his dignity just to have his needs met. And Jesus, after hearing that call, goes and enters his space and looks at him in the eye and says, "What do you want me to do?" We all experience suffering, trauma, very difficult times, all differently. And the one thing I think that might bind us all, though, is that there is this hopelessness, that the situation is insurmountable, that there is no power that can help us get through. Or we might even doubt our ability to survive it all, depending on the nature of the trauma we're experiencing. But the one thing that might be universally traumatic for all, or at least it was, is that we're all going to die. That one power in the world that no one had power over, that it could never be defeated, that it was inevitable for every single person, was death. Yet Jesus climbed up that cross, and he entered into death. And then he rose from the dead, and to the great awe that moved the hearts and souls of so many was that even death and the certainty of death was now questionable. That there was hope and there was life, and that there was always this power and love and mercy at work for us, no matter what we are experiencing. Christ never promised we will never suffer again. But what he shows us, he says, I know exactly what it feels like, and I'm telling you, no matter what it is, I can work you through it, be with you through it. And he enters into our space and looks you in the eye and says, what do you want me to do for you? Some of you might need to hear this hope today. Or you might know people who do need this hope, who may have forgotten that story or never heard it. Let us use our brother Albert, ask for his intercession, so that we can be a preacher of that word of hope to all we encounter today. I hope you're inspired. I hope you find hope. And may God bless you on this great feast of our brother Albert.